The bliss ring is a concept, but it's also something physical. Um, this is actually my bliss ring. It's a little silver ring. It says bliss on it. And I want to tell you the story about where this bliss ring came from and what it means to me. Christmas of 2008, I was in a little novelty shop called Papyrus. They sell things like stationery and paper goods. And I found this ring, this little silver ring, and it just has bliss inscribed on it. Now, I'm the kind of person that doesn't generally wear jewelry, because I'm usually the girl walking around with one earring on because I've lost the other one. And I never buy expensive jewelry because I'm bound to lose it. But the ring was only $9.95. And I loved what it said. It reminded me of this quote by Joseph Campbell who says, "You should follow your bliss." Joseph Campbell also says that the privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. I love that idea. And so I went ahead and I bought the ring for $9.95. I figured it was cheap. If I lost it, it would be okay. And the idea was I was going to put it on a silver chain, and I was going to wear it around my neck to remind me to follow my bliss. But instead I found that I slipped it on the ring finger of my left hand. And I looked down and I realized that I'd made a commitment to myself and my own happiness. And how often in life do we do that? So I started thinking about women and the choices that we make, specifically women between the ages of 12 and 25, because I think that's the time when you're starting to develop your own identity, your sense of self. And there's this pattern that I've noticed. It's very rare that a woman develops a deep acceptance of herself before she starts getting all of her validation from outside sources. Things like, how thin am I? How pretty am I? How rich am I? Who loves me? Am I wearing the right jeans? And then I started thinking about that, and I started thinking that it doesn't just apply to women between the ages of 12 and 25. I started thinking about women who were 30, 40, 50, and beyond, who had spent their entire lives putting the needs of everyone else first, who had been married, divorced, or currently married, single their whole lives. They had children, didn't have children, but they spent all their time doing everything for everyone else. And they never took the time to say, my life matters. My happiness matters. I should have the courage to fight for them. And so that's when I sat down and I wrote a story called The Bliss Ring, a roadmap on how to follow your bliss. A really interesting thing happened. I have this really amazing friend named Laura Mays. Laura is one of the 3 founders of a company called Curtsy, which is like Dig for chicks. If you're familiar with Dig, then you'll understand what I'm saying. Otherwise, it just sounds like gibberish. But you can look it up, Curtsy, KIRTSY.com. And Laura came to me and she said, we're going to put together a book for Curtsy, and I'd love to get something from you. Could you submit a story for us to publish in the book? I had this really great story that I wanted to write about this time I spent at this spa in Chaminade in Santa Cruz, and coming upon this mountain lion, what I learned from the mountain lion, and what I learned about fear. And every time I sat down to write this, I just had this horrible case of writer's block, and I couldn't get it down on paper. And so time went on, and every couple of days, Laura would come to me, and she would say, so I need that story from you. I really need it. And finally, she came to me and she said, listen, if I don't get it to you by Monday, it's not going to be able to go in the book. Now, I didn't have the story written, but what I did have was this piece I'd written on the bliss ring. So I pulled it out and I, converted it to PDF, and I sent it over to her and I said, hey, will this work? And she said, absolutely, this is great. This is perfect. It's going in the book. So here's the book. And I encourage everyone to go out and buy it, not just for my story, but because it's fantastic. Every story in here is phenomenal. But I did want to read to you the very last piece of my story, which is the Bliss Ring Vow. And what I was hoping is that women all over the world would be able to, as I say, whether you're single, divorced, or married, find a ring that makes you happy, a ring that makes you smile, a ring that helps you find your way back to bliss. And wear it every day as a constant reminder that your life matters. And I have this little thing called the Bliss Ring Vow that says, with this ring, I, state your name. So, with this ring, I, Erica OGrady, do hereby commit to a lifelong love affair with myself. I promise to put my needs first, to stop comparing myself to others, and to live with courage, authenticity, passion, and love. I promise to follow my bliss wherever it may lead, and to help other women find their bliss along the way. So that's the bliss ring. I just want to share that story with you.